It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri.
Whoop, whoop.
It is Friday, December 13th. Did I say Friday the 13th?
It is.
Friday
I didn't even think about that. It is Friday the 13th today.
And it's 7 a.m. That's what it says there. Friday, December 13th.
It is. It's Friday the 13th. I didn't think
It's
about
still
it.
a good day, though.
It's going to be a
Yeah,
good day.
it's all right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Friday edition. Yay!
Yay!
The weekend is upon us. Everybody excited for the weekend?
Yes.
What you going to do?
Sleep in.
Oh,
Sleep in.
Yeah.
That's what you get all excited for, is to sleep in?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm not a morning person.
You know, go out there and get the yard raked, or
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah.
We're not going to be shoveling snow, according to the
Hallelujah.
forecast. I'm ready for
Sadly.
some snow. I'm ready.
he can snow at your house. Anyway, good morning. Welcome Down on the Corner program. We've got Paige Evans here. Brandon's going to be doing the prayer, and then Scooter Callis, myself. And it's brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. 3 locations to serve you. We've got, of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center, and it's under construction. Have you been at the hospital lately?
No.
Anybody been out there? Are they still working on that lobby, the main hallway?
When I was there a couple of weeks ago, I haven't been there like the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me. Yeah, but they're still working on it. Yeah, so Brood Awakening is probably still outside.
You probably need to run by so you know what
I
you're
need to
talking
go by
about in
the
the
home
morning.
so I can talk about it.
Doing
better.
a little bit of homework.
Yeah, a little bit.
He was hoping one of us had done it. So
Yeah.
then he
Save
would,
me the
yeah.
That's Dale for you.
Thank you, Scooter.
Anytime I can help, buddy.
Anyway, they're probably still out of the little trailer outside the cafeteria. There's a little garden area out there, but pretty soon they're going to have a very nice coffee bar right there inside the hospital. Then they got Balmer Boulevard, which is 7:02 in the morning, be busy. And they'll be busy until about 8 o'clock. And then 62 East Plaza. Check out Brood Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water.
Looking for the cinnamon rolls that they do you're bringing for Christmas.
I am.
That's what I heard. That's what's
Well, I
going
sent that
around.
letter to Santa. He's not responded, so.
This morning I heard you're bringing cinnamon rolls for Christmas, and he's going
Really?
to sing a song while he's live here on TV.
Wow,
So
you're going to sing a
I'm
song?
You can.
Me?
trying to put everybody under the bus here. I can't even mention what they said you were doing down there, so
Oh, she's just running for office.
that's all.
That's all.
That's a job within itself, just being a candidate,
Yes.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Right here in Mountain Home, talk to Charlotte, Brad, Bruce, Chris. Anybody out there can help you. Emergency situation, whatever it may be, pre-planning, talk to the folks at Roller Funeral Homes. When they say with all our respect, they mean it. It's not just a motto. It's their everyday.
Just go out and talk to one of
Experience.
them. You want to know the difference? Just go out and talk to one
Just
of
talk
them.
to them.
You'll quickly find out where their heart is, where they truly have a passion for what they do.
They do.
They really do.
Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. This morning, Brandon's going to be bringing the morning prayer. Now, what grade are you in now?
8.
8. Oh, my goodness. 8th
He's
grade.
getting up there.
Oh, I better write that down. I'll forget it. 8th grade student at Mountain Home Christian Academy. They teach no Common Core. They take no government monies. If you can help them financially, call them at 424-6622. School going well today?
Yeah.
Sure. Good.
He's no longer a rookie. He's experienced now.
Boy, man, he's
in
been
here.
doing this since he was that tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it down pat.
All right, Brandon's going to be bringing us our morning prayer. Brandon?
All right. Dear Lord, thank you for today, and just thank you that I'm able to be here, and just anyone who has lost loved ones. This is a difficult time for them, and just please help the doctors and nurses as they're treating people that are sick, and just please thank you for the military as they keep us safe, and just please help President Trump to keep making good decisions. In your son's name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Man.
Brandon
Good
bringing the
job.
morning prayer. 8th grade student, Mount Hope Christian Academy. If you can help them financially, call them at 424-6622.
You guys do such a great job for us. We're so grateful to have you guys.
Well, I tell you what, all the students come in and they've got that great character and the poise, and just they come in and do a fantastic job. You're doing a lot of things that adults won't do. They come in and get it done. So how's school going? What's your favorite subjects?
History.
Oh, there you go.
History, you got one.
Second one?
Probably science.
There you go. History
All
and
right.
science.
All right, my question. What's your least favorite subject?
English.
English.
So where's
There's
math
been a
fit
few
in
of them.
that?
I like third.
Third?
Third?
Favorite.
See, I'm a math fan. Huh?
Yeah. We've had some math favorites, and in history. What's
Of
your
course, you
favorite?
ask my son what's his favorite subject, he'd say recess. So.
Lunch would be mine.
Lunch. Yeah,
Lunch.
Lunch. Lunch. What part of history you like to study? What era?
Just like the different wars and stuff.
Really?
I find them interesting.
Oh, wow. So
Cool.
you studied like World War One, World War II, things like that? Yeah.
And I'm with you, all right? I love history with the fact that learning about the wars in the past and everything that's led up to that. I hate having to remember the dates.
Yes.
That
I'm
is the
not
one
very good
thing I
with
don't
dates.
like about history is they want you to remember every date when exactly this happened, this happened, this happened. It's like I don't like trying to remember that part, but I like hearing the story and the history
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You get a better idea about why we are the nation we are now. So
Yeah.
That's true.
And what you need to do to make it to keep the freedoms.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Mountain
right.
Christian Academy, if you can help them financially, 424-6622. Appreciate Brandon being here on Friday morning to do the morning prayer.
Now you've been working on your trumpet, right?
Can you do a trumpet?
You ready? It's all
Do it
on you.
just for you.
All right.
Aren't you special?
I'm special. All right.
Do. Happy.
There
That's
you
it,
go. And that brings you the weather.
Listen to this. Whoa.
By the way, that is pre-recorded, and I will blackmail you with that.
Okay.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net is where we find the view of the White River.
Beautiful
Wow.
shot this morning.
Gorgeous.
Pretty.
I like yesterday where we had a little bit of the red from
Yeah,
the sun
the
coming
sunrise,
up,
yeah.
but this one's nice, all blue. And
The bridge is still lit up. Oh, refresh. The bridge is still lit up to the left. You're looking into the city of Cotter, Arkansas, from Marion County, Arkansas, into Baxter County. The beautiful White River in the nice little town of Cotter, Arkansas. Brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net.
I found something on the Z team, and Monday I'm gonna put it on here, and you're gonna be really surprised. It's really cool.
Okay.
I got a special thing for you Monday. Remind me.
Okay. Do I need to wear a helmet?
Nope. But it'll be cool.
Z-Team could use some listings right now, so be sure if you're getting ready to sell, call the Z-Team to get your home listed. Linda's a professional stager, and she can set your home for that eye appeal that can get it sold really, really quick. So give them a call, 870-405-0793, RetireToArkansas.net. You want to do the temperatures today?
Yeah, sure.
We got
All
the
you gotta do is,
temperatures
like, say,
back on the
Mountain Home,
screen today.
35, Flippin' 35, just go down the list.
Okay. Mountain Home 35, Flippin 35, Harrison is 38, Yellsville is 35, Salem is 32, Calico Rock is 35, Mountain View is 32, St. Louis is 33, Poplar Bluff is 32, West Plains is 32, Branson is 39, and
Let 'em-
Watford City is
North
23.
Dakota, yeah, 20. Man, they've warmed up 40 degrees. It was minus 20
Yeah,
though,
it
the
was.
other morning.
Yeah, it was my.
Where?
my
Watford City, North Dakota,
Oh,
minus
North
20.
Dakota.
Yeah.
It's where the crazy people live.
Yeah. Who wants to do that?
Yeah,
it's
I'm
warmed
with
up
you.
43 degrees is Tuesday. All right, on the radar. Do I have to refresh this for the third time? No, there we go. There we go. We've got shower activity in Arkansas, Tennessee, and the southeast, and other shower activity anywhere from just regular rain to a little bit of freezing precip. California, Oregon getting some shower activity, as well as Montana, but right here around Nebraska and Iowa, northern Missouri, and northern Kansas, we've got some snow showers up there. Over to the southeast around Charlotte, North Carolina, all the way up into the Washington, D.C. area of rain and freezing precip as well over there. Zooming into Arkansas, we got a little bit around Springdale in Fayetteville on I-49, a little bit on Highway 41262. Baxter County getting a little bit of not freezing precip, but just rain from just north of Big Flat over to around Salem, Arkansas. And you can see a little bit of snow showers up around West Plains, Missouri. Highways in Arkansas clear at this time except for I-49, 412 West, and 62 East around Salem, Arkansas. Highway 65 in good shape. 67, 167 looks good in Arkansas. A little bit of precip once you cross state line on Highway 67. Interstates 30, 40, 49. Let's see, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas clear at this time with a little exception at 49 at Fayetteville. In Missouri, we've got nothing going on in the north. Wrong, around Maryville, a little bit of snow up there. I-29 with some light snowfall up there. I-70 clear from Kansas City to St. Louis, but around Piedmont, Fredericktown, over towards Carbondale, Illinois. Might affect I-55 a little bit on Highway 67. Doniphan, Missouri, is a little bit of shower activity. That's on Highway 160 at 21. Highway 63 affected a little bit just around West Plains, Missouri. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, forecast map, we got some fog advisories in eastern Arkansas, eastern Louisiana. Some winter precip watches and warnings in the east from North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, all the way up around Washington, D.C. Other than that, nothing real bad for us in Arkansas or Missouri. For today, gradual clearing, a high of 51 today. Tonight, 20% chance of showers, low of 37. Saturday, high of 48, partly sunny. Saturday night, 20% chance of showers with a wintry mix, a low of 31. Sunday, 20 to a 40% chance of slight wintry mix and rain, high of 41, low of 40. I don't know where they come up with a wintry mix.
My mic's not on. I don't see that because even on my forecast, they're just calling for rain.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so
just,
if we get anything, it may be something a little mixed in, but
I don't see. I mean, low
kids,
of 31.
don't get
You go from
excited.
48
It's not
to 31.
gonna.
It's not going to be that bad and partly sunny. Then, Sunday, 20 to 40% chance of a wintry mix with a high of 41. Come on. Sunday night, low of 40, 47 on Monday, sunny and 43 on Tuesday. I'm not buying it, So.
Yeah, I'm with you. I went and filmed the, I think it was a heckler performance.
Did
I
you?
think that they were doing over there, and the kids singing, "I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 feet of snow." It ain't happening. I hate to tell them, it ain't happening.
Thank you. Jackie and I drive Arkansas, not much going on, just a few areas of state highway construction, and everything seems to be in pretty good shape there. Checking Missouri, let me refresh that. Everything looks good in Missouri. 160, Highway 60, 63, 65, everything in good shape there. The morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. Community calendar-wise, a few things on the list. Learn to Paint monthly meeting and painted project at Salvation Army, December 15th from 10 to 4. Join us every third Saturday of the month for painting project. Learn to use new techniques and mediums to create many different kinds of painted and decorative pieces. Then also the Mountain Home VFW Veterans Christmas Dinner takes place December 15th from 1 to 3 at the Ozark Post, VFW Ozark Post 2246. And dinner will be served from 1 to 3. If you need more information, call 425-6174. What's going on at Christian Academy? Ball games or anything?
Well, I don't know if one's coming up, but we had one, like a tournament,
Oh, right, yeah.
like earlier this week, and
How'd it go?
we lost, but we were up against like the third in state or something like that.
Awesome.
That's good. Paige, you know of anything going on we need to announce?
Yeah, I think that we've got the call, and I think they're doing something at the youth center at Mountain Home at the Elsie Salmons Youth Center on Saturday, taking in gifts.
Oh,
and if
yeah.
you bring
Yeah.
gifts, you get food, and so all that's going
Good.
on. I'm thinking maybe from 11 to 3, if that's correct. I don't
Okay,
know, I may
good.
be wrong on the time, but somewhere in the noontime hour. So run by there, bring a gift for Children of Arkansas Love for a Lifetime. It's a
Good.
great organization helping
Excellent.
out the state.
Mountain Home High School Bomber Wrestling team leaves out tomorrow. We head down to Lakeside, all the way down by Hot Springs. We got a big tournament down there where all of them will be going. Pretty much, I think we got 35 wrestlers going from varsity, JV, and even the girls team will be competing at this. So
Cool.
it'll be a good tournament.
Bridge dedication today at Calico Rock in honor of Mike Stevens, our good friend that was taken from us back in July. That takes place at 3:30 at the White River Bridge in Calico Rock. You want to take us to the break, Brandon? Look at that camera, say time for a break, be right back.
It's time for a break. They'll be right back.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
End of the year clearance on all G3 boats and Yamaha motors at Henderson Marine. Come check out the low prices on 2019 model G3 fishing boats and G3 Suncatcher pontoons. Henderson Marine offers in-house financing and is your local authorized Yamaha service center. Need parts, accessories, water toys? They got them too. Need to winterize? Call Henderson Marine today to schedule your winterization. When maintenance matters, call Henderson Marine at 870-488-5600.
Come see us today at Henderson Marine.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net. Oh, I tell you what. Can we play that one back?
No. We're not recording the bloopers behind the scenes. It ain't happening.
If I'd have been talking about blackmail, that would have.
No.
Can we recap?
There's
You want to
some
recap,
stories we don't talk about live on the air.
I think we need a recap.
All right, we're talking about
Paige
snow and
Evans, our guest
sledding, and
today.
we're going to drop it there.
Paige Evans, our guest today, candidate for District 100 State House of Representatives. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good seeing y'all.
So, campaign going well?
It is. It's going wonderful.
Wait till January.
I'm ready
That's when
for
it really
it.
kick off, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, no, and we want the snow, like we were talking, snow at Christmas time, no snow in January, because by the time January rolls around, we're going to be putting up signs and all of that. And
Yep.
See, she wants the snow too.
I do.
You're the bah humbug that wants no snow. I don't want to see any snow. It gets too cold when it's snowing.
Dale, come on.
Come on, give us a little bit.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit. 3 inches.
And when it comes, when the snow happens, we'll make a phone call and we're going to let Scooter let us take us on some sledding expedition.
I don't know that you want me leading the way.
Oh.
Never mind. We're going to drop it at that.
Okay.
But yeah. If people only could hear what happens between the commercials.
Oh boy, we need to record them sometime. Anyway, Paige is our guest today, and just, you're on the city council, you're a candidate. Let's look at the human side. What's inside your heart? What's your still young and moving forward.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that, just I did a lot of praying about it before I decided to run before I decided to run even for city council, because I've experienced a lot of things in my life. I've walked down a lot of roads. I've had, I faced death. I had an issue with my heart. And I think at that time, I had always had the servant's heart in me, but it seemed as though it became even more clear when that all happened about 10 or so years ago. And so when I decided to run for city council, I knew that if I made that decision, it was I was going to be putting my time into it. And as I think most of us know in life, I mean, honestly, all that you have is the time. It doesn't matter what kind of house you're living in or what you're driving or what job you're out doing every day. If you don't have time and your health, you really don't have anything. And so, fortunately, I think I was able to understand that, like I say, about 10 years ago. So I feel like as a younger person, some people don't ever get it, unfortunately, and some people do. So, running for city council got my feet wet, and I just felt like there was more to do. And I began to speak with people and hear their stories, and I felt like I related to a lot of them about the things that I've kind of walked through in my life. And we all have our stories, and I guess it's really how you use your story and what you go through in life and how you can help others, and just being transparent about it.
Earlier in the week, Senator Scott Flippo was here with Jamie Leach. She's from First Step at Baxter Regional, and I opened up by saying, it's Christmas, and we've got people addicted. How sad.
It is very sad.
Happy time of the year. We hope everybody has time with family and friends at Christmas, but there's those that won't. And they may be stuck somewhere with an issue of addiction, and I feel for these people.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those things where we do live in a world where addiction is a major epidemic. It's a major epidemic here in Baxter County, and I think whenever I shared with you when I first decided to run, Dale, was
that's right, yeah.
the issue about us being with the suicide here in this community, but also with the drug epidemic, and we see it with our kids that are in foster care, and it's a generational thing that hits, but all we can do, we can talk about it all day long. We can
and talk is cheap.
And talk is cheap. You have to look at what it is, and then what is it what are we doing? What am I doing? I think it's a personal responsibility, and you just have to ask God, how is it that I can make a difference? And we've got people all over this community. Fortunately, just a minute ago was able to visit with someone from the community that's been doing a wonderful thing for many, many years, and you would never know unless you just asked him or had got word from someone else of what he was doing. And there have been so many children that are blessed for that. And, so I think that it's just deciding what it is that you want to do, and not just at Christmas time, but all year long. Yeah. Ask God, wake up in the morning and say, and that's what I try to do. I mean, I'm not perfect by any means, but every day I ask, what is it that I can do, And sometimes I listen, and sometimes I get lazy. We're human. Yeah. But there is something we can do in our communities every day.
And something else, I don't want I'm trying to make this happy and positive,
Yes,
but we've got the addiction problem. You mentioned suicide, but also domestic violence is high in this area. You know, and this is Christmas. I mean, once it's December 1st, it's Christmas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people tag it in the afternoon of Thanksgiving, but for me, December 1st, you're issuing in Christmas.
I got you. Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
you know,
and
I
I
said,
can't imagine people going through situations where what should be the happiest time of the year for families could be some of the darkest.
It can, and you know, I sit on the board of Serenity here in this
really?
in the community, and we had our meeting just the other day. And you know, they do what they can. That organization is such a wonderful asset to our community, and so many people that benefit from that. And they were asking for us to bring cookies mix and brownie mix and all that kind of stuff for the ladies and the kiddos to be able to make there at this center, and they will then go out and share that with people in the community. And so, you know, I think they do what they can in considering the times that they're living in. And again, I think that, you know, if it's something that weighs on our heart, or if a person has walked that walk and has made it out on the other side, then, you know, they relate to those people. Maybe go out and reach out to Serenity, you know. The same with the foster care system. You know, maybe in the past you've had a friend that you remember them in school and they were in the foster care system, or maybe you yourself were in the foster care system. Then, you know, you relate to those people. So go and serve in that capacity, and I think that you'll realize that you can be blessed beyond measure. And it really doesn't even have anything to do about buying gifts or doing anything like that. It's about your time and what you and where you go put it at, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
you know, there's so many good things about the Twin Lakes area, you know, all across North Arkansas, you know. And I can't imagine people hurting, people suffering in this area. You know, you think of the ghettos of maybe East St. Louis, Illinois, or places in Chicago, or maybe Memphis or Philly or something like that. There's people hurting right here.
Absolutely. You know, our veterans.
I didn't even. My
yeah,
goodness,
you know,
wow.
got a lot of people, and then you have families that have lost loved ones. I just recently had a friend pass away from cancer, and you know, she has a young son, and so you know, you can really you can look and you can get overwhelmed by some of that. But I think that in again, we have to always turn it around, and you think about the blessings, and the blessing is that you can be a blessing to someone else. And you know, if we can walk that walk out every day and be a light in some really dark times, you know, I think the Bible says, you know, if you call things out into the light, the darkness can't exist. There can't be dark where there's light.
No, yeah.
So we've got a lot of darkness,
yeah.
but if we can start shedding the light, and we can do that, you know, every day, each one of us here in this community. And so those things that are in the dark, if we call them out to the light, they can't really exist much more.
We've actually got children that have never seen happiness. And I look back, you know, I mentioned my childhood back in St. Clair County, Illinois. Years ago, somebody says, if somebody were to say, we'll give you $10 million for your memories of your childhood, keep your money, because it was a blast. It was fun.
Yeah, I was fortunate too.
It was a giggle a minute. You know?
Yeah. You know, but times were a little bit slower back when we were growing up, and you know, I think that sometimes that's a thing that we get so caught up in the fast pacedness of it. And you know, I think that maybe if we can do anything, and you know, just now thinking about this, and I'm going to do it now, is to set aside some time just to be, you know, put the phone away, actually turn it off. I don't know if I know a lot of people go and put their phone away and you can still hear it, you know, and of course you could turn the ringer off or whatever, but literally like make a mindset of saying, I'm going to turn this off, and slide it over, turn it off, sit it down, and go and do your thing with your family, your friends. And I promise you, if people get a hold of you, if they need you somehow, you're not missing out on.
Well, Paige, when we used to travel,
the lottery or anything.
We would leave St. Louis and we'd go to southeast Missouri to camp. The car at the time didn't even have a radio in it. Back in the days, that was an accessory. You know, didn't even have a
You had
radio.
to talk to each other in the car. You weren't having to look at you
No,
actually
you know,
literally talked to each other in the car.
So we'd go camp and we'd arrive like on Monday afternoon and set up the tent, set up the camp, and we'd have a great time. And we never thought twice of, oh, well, I need to call so-and-so back home. We never thought twice. Everything was fine.
That's right.
You know, you can't go 30 seconds. Oh, I need to check my phone. You know, what'd somebody say? You know.
It's the world we're living in, but we have a choice. Each one of us.
That's right.
Gotta make it. That's the way I look at it.
Yep. 7:30 on this Friday morning. Time for a break. More with Paige Evans right after this.
Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
I was involved in a wreck on the interstate. A friend and I was rear-ended by a drunk driver, and I was in excruciating pain. I started the chiropractor care along with massage therapy, and it has totally transformed my world. With God's help and the help of them, I have totally got my life back together, and I'm free of pain medicine, and I'm so grateful that I am where I need to be today.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
It's almost 7:33, visiting with Paige Evans here, and of course Paige is a candidate for District 100 State Rep, House Representatives. Okay, you get my famous question. Even Governor Hutchinson said, what, really? You got a genie in a bottle, you got 3 wishes.
You pulled this one on me last time, I know, and I thought, well, you're going to ask it again,
So you should be prepared now.
Oh, my word.
So you prepared for this. Okay, so we're going to...
So she knew it was coming.
We got a full prepared question, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. You know, there's so many things. A genie in a bottle, 3 wishes for the area, for
just what you can do to help others.
What I can do to help others. I mean, I just,
literally, my first wish would be, the domestic violence, the suicide, and the addictions, that's very serious.
Yeah.
If I could put an end to that with 3 wishes in a bottle, I'd do it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the fact of the suicide thing, that absolutely just because of our area and what a wonderful area it is, it just overwhelms me that is such a problem here, and to find out what it is and to get back to that root of the problem. And so, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like we we have, some things to work on. I don't know what the answer is, but I do believe that there are people out there that all feel the same way, and that if we get together, that we can work on that. You were talking about Jamie Leach with the recovery there with Baxter Reach to Recovery with Baxter Regional Medical Center, and we have places like Care Center Ministry, John 3:16. We've got some great places for these issues for addiction. And
but people they need to understand they have an issue and want to change.
Well, yeah. And I think that ultimately sometimes there's such an overwhelming feeling from them, and we don't know who we're talking to every day. You don't know what that person is walking through. You don't know that they might not be suffering through something or making a decision, every day to take a pill or to whatever it is that they're doing to try to cope. And so that's why I was saying, you got to be that light to those people every day. And if you can do that, then, you feel a little bit better about yourself, but it doesn't make things go away. I just feel like that I know that there are people out there, and if we get together and we can work towards those things, and there's maybe not policy or laws that can be changed that's going to actually do something, but I think that being a person of influence in a community, such as being a state representative, but we are all people of influence. It just depends which circle you are within that that influence is going to shine out on. So going down to Little Rock and maybe like I said, just being that effective voice for this community in more ways than just making good laws and voting correctly. Those things, I think, if you've got a good moral compass and things like that we can make really good, strong decisions that way. But it's working together with others to kind of bring what we need to have back to this area. So,
and this area has really grown in the last 19, 20 years. Remember when Walmart opened on the east side of town?
Yes.
That brought in Home Depot and Lowe's, and then all the other complexes. You remember when that was a cattle farm?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Well, you think about the what has happened and the growth for our community, and it's been good, steady growth. I think that's one important thing as well. Even for our state, we've got to make sure we don't outgrow our resources, and also to maintain our resources. And you look at District 100, and it's really unique in the way that it is because it's just Baxter County, and it's not even really all of Baxter County. And we have it's sit up here within all these lakes and the rivers, and we have the tourism. We have a wonderful senior population, but then we have sometimes an unrecognized population of, like we were just talking with the kids and the mama from Mountain Home Christian Academy. We've got a great resource there, but then our Mountain Home Public School system, if you go and visit it and see all those kids, we've got a great population there as well.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that. And when your dad was still mayor, and they're working on the stuff for the fire department, police department, they said, well, what's you have to recognize the daily population. I said, well, the sign says 12,850. No, what's the daily population? Mountain Home Public Schools. They go all the way past Henderson. They go all the way up into Missouri, into northeast Marion County, back into Arkansas. The buses travel 2,200 miles a day.
Well, and then you've got people from the Christian Academy that are there's kids that are coming from Calico Rock and from, so we're real unique, and we draw
people like that. Look at the license plates out in front of Walmart, Home Depot, and Lowe's.
Yeah, you get
Vermont, in New York, in Illinois, in Texas,
Right.
Hey, there's an Arkansas.
Yeah. We do. We have a great community, and there's things that sets us apart, and I would it would be an honor for me to represent this community down in Little Rock to listen. That's one of the things I've been doing over the last couple of months since I decided to do this, is just going and visiting with the people in this community. From everyone from the hospital folks to the Chamber of Commerce to healthcare professionals to teachers to just a stay-at-home mom, the folks that live around me, in hearing what their concerns are and what they need, what makes what their needs are.
I think my biggest pet peeve with legislation is what I call the pig trail in a bill, because I was told that once the heading of a bill has been approved by the Secretary of State and the Attorney General, and or, I'll stand corrected on that, the heading of the bill, the title bill cannot be changed, but the body can. So I was talking with Rick Crawford one time. We were talking about the fish hatchery funding. And I said, why can't we just get this thing funded? Because the fish hatchery, for every dollar the government spends, brings in $99.43. Where are you going to get a 100-to-1 return on your investment? But that's what the fish hatcheries have done, both in Heber and here. And he says, well, people in Connecticut and Chicago and New York don't understand trout fishing. I don't get it. What are you talking about? Well, they may want blah, 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 and we want this. And he says, for me to get what I want, I got to go on what they want, even though that may be ridiculous. I said, so if I wanted purple stop signs with yellow print, and you agree with that, then I'll go along with your funding for trout hatchery. Yep, that's how it works. You see what I'm saying? You know, just clarity in these bills. We've got bills.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to piggyback other stuff onto a bill.
Yeah, well,
instead of you looking at the merit of one thing, now when you look at the bill, you're looking at a bunch of different scenarios because they piggyback all this other stuff in order to get their stuff pushed through. So you're never voting on just that issue. And that's I think one of the biggest problems.
I completely agree.
The state of Arkansas could not afford to print it for the legislative body because it was well over, what they say, 2,000 or 3,000 pages. Well, there's 100 in the House and there's 35 in the Senate. So do the math. Let's say it was 3,000 pages times 135.
Right.
They couldn't afford to print it.
Yeah, that is absolutely one of my pet peeves. That's something that I've talked to about with other folks, and it makes it hard as a legislator to be able to, if you agree with part of that bill and you may not agree with the rest, and
that makes it hard on the legislature because okay, you've got something very vital in the body of the bill, but if you say yes to this, you've also said yes to this, and you're against this before that.
But in the long run, they're going to turn around and say, all right, well, Paige turned this bill down, and they're going to put this against you when it wasn't that you were worried about. It was the stuff that they piggybacked at the end, and people don't, the average person doesn't see that.
Right, and I think that that's something that definitely needs to be addressed. I mean, I could see myself, I would definitely go down there and begin to, and I think there are probably other legislators that feel the same way, but it's like getting those people to work together and for us to make a decision and to stand up to, and a lot of that has to do with lobbyists and special interest groups that are padding the pockets of many of our legislators, that they go ahead and go along with that because they're the ones funding their campaigns, and that's wrong. I think it's wrong, and that's where I believe that I would stand up for that. I'll stand up for the common people in common sense. Common sense says, why would you establish a bill or put a bill into motion and then go and add 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 or even just one other issue that doesn't even have anything to do with that bill's heading? Why would you do that? Common sense, you shouldn't do that. It's deceptive, and it's one reason why people get such a bad taste in their mouth for government and for for
well,
the
it's
whole
like
process
the
in
sales
general.
tax issue to continue the sales tax issue. I've seen it all over Facebook. Well, so-and-so voted yes and didn't even discuss it. One time I interjected, said, whoa. That was a vote of the people. We said yes on the ballot. What the legislative body did was allow us to say yes to continue or no not to. It wasn't about continuing at all. It's let us say yes or no.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Well, and that's the deal. I think that a lot of people get comfortable. And again, I think a lot of it has to do with disgust. I talk to people every day, and they're like, I just don't vote anymore because my vote really doesn't matter. And I'm like, oh my gosh. There are people that have fought and died for you to be able to do that. And it's that concept that happens. But when you find out why people feel that way, it is almost it is recognizable. You have to agree with them because it has turned into a big dog and pony show down there, and it doesn't make a lot of common sense for those of us that look at it on the outside. And I think that's why I can't go down there and change the world, but I am willing to go down there and stand up for some things. And I think that though maybe some may not completely agree, we can always respectfully disagree, but I think that you can work together to maybe make some changes for some common sense down there. And I don't know if we've got just a ton of it. I know there are several legislators down there that are trying to do those things, but when you get caught up in the same status quo every day and they just have kind of operated in that way for so long that it's hard to say, oh, we want to do this differently, even though and because it even makes common sense to do it, it's going to be met up with some resistance, but when there's resistance, there's growth. And that's what needs to happen. So I'm all for that, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do that.
Yep. Wow. Ready for that break?
Sure.
All right. It's not quite 7:45. We're going to take the break. Be right back. More with Paige right after this.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
End of the year clearance on all G3 boats and Yamaha motors at Henderson Marine. Come check out the low prices on 2019 model G3 fishing boats and G3 Suncatcher pontoons. Henderson Marine offers in-house financing and is your local authorized Yamaha service center. Need parts, accessories, water toys? They got them too. Need to winterize? Call Henderson Marine today to schedule your winterization. When maintenance matters, call Henderson Marine at 870-488-5600.
Come see us today at Henderson Marine.
$7:49, finishing up the program with Paige Evans, and your final thoughts for the next 11 minutes.
Oh gosh.
We can cover a lot.
Ask me questions.
All right, you got 11 minutes. I'm putting the camera on you. Ready to go.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, as my friends say. No, I mean, listen, ask questions. I can go and talk all day long, but I don't want to just. I don't know.
Thinking about running for office, I was sitting there when you and Scooter were talking during the break. I'd rather win one term and go down and vote my conscience and do what I feel is right. Whether or not if the people say, well, we didn't like what you did here, didn't do this, and vote me out, I know that I did what I went down to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so many people, well, if I vote this way, I may not get reelected in the next 4 years. There's so much about reelection.
Yeah, I don't think that, you shouldn't focus in on that. I think your focus should be on your district, and I've had some people say, well, I represent the state of Arkansas. When they start making their decisions, I've heard that, heard some people that have said that down there, and it's like, no, I mean, you represent the state of Arkansas. You're an Arkansas state representative, but you are Arkansas state representative for whatever district, or you're a state senator for whatever districts, or your district, your
Right.
counties. And so you have to know your district very well. You have to have that dialogue going on at all times,
Well, for
finding
instance, let's say
out what's
that
important.
somebody came up with a law that pertains to the timber/lumber industry that's very vital
Yes.
in Pine Bluff and farther southeast in the state.
Mhm.
Won't have anything to do with us.
Right.
But then, if we have passed a law about tourism, it's going to affect us here, but it won't hurt Pine Bluff.
Right.
Or West Memphis, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you're talking about,
Yes.
district to district to district.
Yes, yeah, and to get a good understanding. It's not that you don't care about what's happening, because it all directly relates back to our state. And when we have great cities, when we have great counties, we have a great state. So ultimately, again, what this whole purpose is that we don't just have a whole bunch of legislators, voted for just all over the state, or you got 5 or 6 from one area. That's the beauty of having the representation from all of our areas. And again, you learn what your area is important to them, the things that make it special, and you get that dialogue going at all times, and you get a plan in place. I think that's something that's very important to me, is that I don't necessarily know if there's been a plan in place about what happens when you go down to Little Rock. We find out, my goal would be to find out what it is important to our law enforcement here, public safety, what is important to our education system, what's important to our healthcare. We got the number one employer in our county is Baxter Regional Medical Center. There should be a great dialogue going on with them at all times to get an understanding about, down in Little Rock, because it's going to directly reflect to them and the employees that send their kids to school here, and that buy our groceries in our grocery store, and it makes up our community. So get a plan in place, find out what it is that we need in this area, if it's grants for our city, or if it's grants for our county, what is it that do they have in the forefront, and then put that on that plan, and then begin to work that plan down in Little Rock. And I don't necessarily know if that has been directly done. So anyway, that would be my hope.
And when you look at Arkansas, like I say, there's a little bit of oil in El Dorado.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the timber down in Pine Bluff. You got tourism in north central Arkansas, southwest Arkansas. You've got crop farms northeast, east central. You've got cattle farms northwest. You've got turkey, poultry, all kinds of stuff going on. You guys got a lot of ground to cover
Yes.
in Little Rock.
There is. There's a lot, but it's exciting. And people ask me, do you ever get overwhelmed about it or whatever, or even just campaigning or finding out the issues? And
That's one question's been asked.
Yes.
People that say, okay, what would you do has anybody asked you a particular situation yet?
A particular situation for what?
For what you would do in Little Rock on any given subject.
No, of course there are issues in regards to education that are brought up. There are, I don't necessarily have a plan myself. I'm beginning to devise and find out who it is that in this area knows those answers. I'm not an education specialist. I'm not a healthcare professional.
Listen first, then build the platform.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm beginning to get the information that's necessary in the things that I feel even that continue to be a predominant thing that is spoke about, and then to begin to list those things. And you hit on a lot of those because we visited before, but the addiction, being able to understand why people are committing suicide, looking at that veterans population, our senior population, but understanding what all those things are, and then figuring out how we can all work together to try to make life just a little bit easier. And I think that it can be done. I do, with the right people working together. There's no doubt.
I think that's a smart answer for the fact that you look at, and you brought up common sense. You want to bring common sense back to the bills. And you can look at something and have the common sense to know that, hey, this is the way it needs to go, but you truly don't know how it's impacting this person down the line. So when you take the time to listen and go around and see how those people are impacted, may change, even though the common sense would lead you this way, but you don't always see the domino effect and how this person's handled at the end. So if you start making a decision without getting input of how are you impacted if this happens or this happens, and I can see that answer as far as that goes, because that does make sense.
Well, as a city council member, I feel like that's what I begin to do, the due diligence. And I'm a question asker. I'm very persistent, and there are things that the qualities that I have that I believe would be very beneficial down in Little Rock. I have passion for this area. Number one, it is my hometown. This is where I grew up. I attended Mountain Home Public Schools my whole life. Started in the Little Red Schoolhouse next to Dairy Queen, and myself along with several.
You're showing your age.
That's okay. But and went to half kindergarten, half day school at kindergarten up at where Della Ruth Heron. It was up there in the little at the top up there, and it is who I am. I grew up on a street, a wonderful street just on the outskirts, and I find this ironic. Dell, the other day I was looking at the map of District 100, and the boundary line goes down the street that I lived on.
Cone Street.
Cone Street was where when I was little. But whenever I was about 8 or 9, my parents built a house out on Southbrook Estates on 201 South, and it was funny because the line doesn't run the Shedhopper bypass. The next street up as you're going up the road. Well, Dr. Aarons lived on the road right past the little low water bridge, but Southbrook Estates is to the right. The District 100 line runs there, and I grew up on that street. I walked that road every day. The school bus dropped me off at 201, and I walked that road and to go home. Wow. And it really resonated with me that here I am, and that is the boundary line to the state representative District 100 seat. And I feel, so anyway.
Now, is your house on the District 100 side?
It's on the District.
Okay.
It's not on the other side.
If it splits the road, I'm just curious where that fell.
So I lived there, but this community has made me who I am. I've the good, the bad, the ugly. Growing up, and I've had wonderful teachers through the Mountain Home Public School system. One particular teacher that made an impact on my life was Miss Patty Marion. She was our FBLA advisor for years, and she now that I can look back years ago, she was helping me cultivate the things that were already in me that I didn't know about. But as a 9th grader, going in and running for a secretary of the FBLA in the high school, and no one does that, because that's 10th and 11th and 12th grade people, and those 11th and 12th graders are going to be the office holders. Well, I was in 9th grade, and I visited with her one afternoon when we were all talking about going, coming into 10th grade, about FBLA and things like that, and she said, run for it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Miss Marion, I can't do that. That's going to be in. So I went up against an 11th grader who was fixing to be a 12th grader. Anyway, I became secretary of our FBLA, but it was people like Patty Marion and many others that I just benefited from. So great community. I want to go to Little Rock to represent it, and I'm ready to do it.
Final 30 seconds. And Merry Christmas, by the way.
Yes, Merry Christmas to y'all. Y'all enjoy your jam. So
she comes and says, I'm sorry the jar's so big. That's little.
Yeah.
It was big. We'd really have some. But we appreciate it.
Thank
Your dad
you.
made that?
Yes, my mom and dad, of course. That's what they love doing.
Thank you, Mayor Joe.
Yes,
Thank you. Very nice.
It's been a little while. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Good. Oh, it's such good stuff. In fact, I put a picture of it one time on Facebook. Had someone toast, had the jar opened up, says,
oh, yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Joe. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Final thoughts, about 10 seconds.
Just, I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas, and I just hope and pray that we can all look that it is more than just the presents under the tree. It's about your presence, about the time that you spend with your family and friends, and make it good.
Got to run. Have a good weekend. See you Monday.